Okay, ready?
Okay. I'm sure you all know by now that education in the U.S. is mandatory. In the state of Georgia, the dropout age is 16, but a lot of people are pushing for that age to be 18. But in my opinion, that would be kind of pointless because that's when we graduate. I think that education in the U.S. should be voluntary rather than mandatory. Voluntary education would allow students to learn more of what's important to them and to society. The difference between required learning and self-chosen learning is immense. A student that studies something for just to get a good grade or a credit or just to pass a test, that learning is only shallow and temporary. But when you learn something for your own personal wanting to know, that learning is deep and enduring. Every student is different from one another, and they all have a built-in drive to develop their unique talents and interests. There are over 50 million students in the U.S. public school system with that many student differences, and most with talents that need to be developed. This is why our students need variety. We need people to build our houses, to paint pretty pictures, to sing good music, and we need people to do the things that we take for granted every single day, just as much as we need engineers and scientists. Standardizing students and requiring them to take courses in which they aren't going to use in the future isn't really getting us anywhere. Personal knowledge is more enduring than temporary knowledge, if that makes sense. Teachers with voluntary education, teachers will be able to provide learning experiences that are not only challenging and rewarding, but also interesting and enjoyable. Teachers will have to attract students to their classrooms, and by giving them experiences that will stimulate curiosity and creativity. Your basic reading, writing, and math will be learned as students inquire into courses that they want to take. Classrooms will once again be alive and give students multiple opportunities to imagine, explore, and create things. The teachers are also unique, and they all have something different to bring to the table. So some of them have hobbies that will be able to attract and engage students more to the classroom. Parents will also be able to be meaningfully involved as coaches and mentors to support both their student and the teacher. Parents know their child better than anyone else does, so it's only right that the parent gets to act as their guide and their coach. Voluntary education will help the parents to be more involved, and a lot of parents have unique hobbies and interests that could really help drive the students to school. Like that day that we had all of those speakers come in and talk to us, a lot of those people were actually parents of kids that go here. And I don't know about you, but I learned a lot from them. Dropouts will be eliminated. Like our country has a serious problem with kids dropping out of school right now, and school bullying and school vandalism will be minimized. Students will love to go to school and want to go, not just because the government compels them to do so. Every child will be able to excel at something and be great, rather than every child will be able to contribute something to society rather than feel like burdens. The U.S. Department of Education will have to change its role or go. Ever since the Nation at Risk report in 1983, the government has been trying all kinds of reform efforts for public education, and not many of them have worked. We're still suffering from the effects of the No Child Left Behind law that Sierra did her speech on, that demoralized teachers and limited the learning of students and kept parents on the sidelines. The Department of Education has cost taxpayers billions to make public education worse. Like, they're trying to make it better, but it's not working. Each state's Department of Education will have to change its role to support voluntary education. They will have to invent ideas to support local schools and districts. And last but not least, amazing things will happen when parents, teachers, and students are free to develop voluntary education. Communities will be able to offer a variety of enticing avenues for the students to learn. And the students' right to make their own choices and to be in charge of their own life from the age of accountability and on will finally be respected, and voluntary education will result in a renaissance in learning and human development. development. And this is because we're so standardized with Common Core and everything, and students are all being placed basically on the same level. This is kind of showing like how they're all wearing different colors and look pretty, but then they go